Alrighty, so I made it to Hawaii. I am in Waikiki downtown, and it is a little bit gloomy today, but I feel like that's normal because December is usually their rainy season, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. I did look at the weather, and it looks like it's going to be raining with thunderstorms on Sunday, which is race day, so I really hope it's one of those situations where it's like raining for a little bit and then it stops rather than continuous rain the entire time. If you couldn't tell, I'm very tired. Woke up at 4 a.m. Phoenix time, and I barely slept on the flight. So I slept for maybe 20 minutes and then just stayed awake for the entire flight duration, which was a pretty long flight. And yeah, so we're here. I showed you guys the hotel room, which is super nice. Tomorrow I am gonna do my shakeout run, so that's 4.5 miles. I am going to pick up my bib. I'm gonna go to the convention center, so I'm gonna show you guys that. And then they also have something called an Aloha Friday night. So it's like an event where they have a bunch of performances and a bunch of activities for runners to get welcomed into the running events that they have this weekend. So super excited, guys. Time is moving fast. Like, I remember finishing my San Diego half marathon and contemplating whether or not I wanted to do a full marathon, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this by the end of the year, but you know, I kind of just said why not and started training for it, and now I'm here. So I am very blessed. I'm very excited, and I am happy that I get to share this journey with you guys. Okay, so good morning, guys. I don't have my microphone, so my apologies for the audio, but I'm heading to my shakeout run. It is Friday. I'm just gonna do a quick little 4.5 miles. Outfit does not match, but it's okay. We're just doing a quick little run and that's it. Okay guys, as you can tell, it is a little bit later. I finished my run. I'm just setting my edges right now, and we are about to head to breakfast and then go to the convention center to pick up my bib, and then they have the Aloha Friday night tonight. So super excited to bring you guys along with me. I don't know if I'll bring my microphone, or actually I am gonna bring my microphone. I'll try to talk to you guys throughout the day, but a lot of the clips are probably just gonna be scenic clips just because it's gonna be a little bit loud where we're at. But yeah, super excited. Today is probably like the nicest day out of this entire trip. I think it's gonna rain or be scattered showers tomorrow, and then it's supposed to rain on the actual marathon day, which sucks, but it is what it is. I am very excited. Hi guys, it is the next day. Yesterday was super fun, very jam-packed, did a lot of different things, and I was so exhausted by the time I got back, so I didn't even record a recap of anything that happened yesterday. But Aloha Friday night was super fun. They had a lot of different live shows, hula dances, they had photo ops, and there was just a bunch of different people that are running the race just hanging out there. There was a lot going on, so it was super nice. Today is going to be more of a chill day, trying to get prepared for the big run tomorrow. So have to go to the store to get some of my pre-workout fuel. So I think I'm going to get some oats. I'm going to get a banana. I think I should be good with just those two things. And then I have my water, I have my electrolytes, I have my fuel, I have my water, what's it called? My water bottles, I have everything good. So literally just need to get the pre-race fuel and take it easy today. Not do too much walking around, really try to give my legs a break to give them time to, recover from yesterday's run and be prepared for tomorrow's long run. So super excited about that. The one thing I will say, yesterday at the convention center, at the merchandise area, they had a lot of cute clothes, like a lot of cute clothes. I think I mentioned it yesterday when we got back from doing that, but I kind of low-key want to go back and get some more stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna take you guys with me right now. I think we're getting ready to go to this breakfast restaurant called Eggs and Things, which is super good. I will say a lot of the breakfast options out here are very, very good. I love the Portuguese sausage, which is something that I don't normally eat in my day-to-day, but I always eat it when I'm here in Hawaii. And then, yeah, I really just look forward to that. So I'm gonna take you guys with me there. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience because I wasn't able to vlog everything. However, I did take some short form content. So after I ate my breakfast, I started getting ready for the day. I was looking cute, I was feeling myself, and I was super excited to get started. So I went downstairs and I was like, okay, this is great. I knew that it was gonna rain, but I assumed that the rain wouldn't be too crazy. As you guys saw, I did buy a visor so that if it did rain, like my face could be protected, and I also had my sunglasses too. So worst case scenario, I get a little bit wet, nothing too crazy. However, it decided to turn into a torrential downpour. The walk there was so humbling. It was already a 30-minute walk, but with the rain, it took a lot longer because you couldn't see. Like, everyone was completely drenched. Our shoes were soaked. Everything was flooded, and everyone was just trying to figure out where to go, how to get to the start line. And because there were so many people, it was just a bunch of crowds where we were just packed in like sardines. And it was just not the best start to the marathon experience, in my opinion. However, I don't want to complain about it because, like, when looking at the entire experience, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, that wasn't the reason why I didn't perform the way that I wanted to, and that wasn't something that took away from the experience. Fast forward to, I get to where the start line is supposed to be, and there was like a parking garage where everyone was huddled under because of the rain, and everyone's trying to get themselves like together because like we just went on this 30-minute walk with nothing but rain pouring down on top of us. We couldn't find our corrals. We couldn't figure out where we were supposed to be lined up. It was raining so bad, and it was just very confusing trying to figure out where to go. On top of that, I had to go to the bathroom, but there's literally no way for me to get over to the other side. When I say we were packed in, we were packed in. And it was starting to feel a little bit dangerous because it's raining, there's floods, we're on super, like there's so many people packed in on one side of the bridge that are trying to get to the other side that is a super small bridge, super skinny. And lo and behold, someone literally screamed out, "Oh, well, hopefully the bridge doesn't break with all this weight on it." And I'm like, if it does, there's literally nothing we can do. And the thing is, it was probably maybe like 20 feet away, and it took me 20 minutes. That's how packed in we were. It was so unsafe, so uncomfortable, but it definitely made the actual running part seem more of a relief than something to be fearful of, because once, we started the run, I just felt happy to be out of that crowd and happy to, be running in the rain and not just standing underneath of the rain. I went over to the porta potties. They were absolutely disgusting. I did not use the porta potties. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold it, and if I can find another porta potty along the way, hopefully it stops raining and I'll just use that. Cool. Went over to the start line, and the way that they started the race was, instead of having people go by corrals and, having different groups go at a time so everyone's not going at once, they made everybody go at once. They say, don't stop, just start running once you hit the start line. And I was like, what? There's too many people for all of us to just start running at the same time. And the reason why that was a little bit frustrating for me is because not everyone signed up to run the marathon. A lot of people walked. So a lot of people, once they hit the start line, were just walking. So I want to say the first 5 to 6 miles was really just me going side to side, dodging people so that I can run, because there were so many people that were just walking, that were walking and stopping, that were running and stopping, and it was just so congested in the front that it was really hard to run and get a good pace. So I will say that took a lot of energy out of me, on top of having to deal with the rain, my feet being soaked, being completely drenched in water. And if you notice, if you look at everyone's Strava, their first few miles are their slowest miles because it was so hard to get from out of that crowd. But yeah, so once I got past like that 5-6 mile mark, like it was a little bit easier. It was still a lot of people, but it wasn't like enough to where I had to keep zigzagging through people. And I felt so bad because it was dark and it was rainy, and like I definitely bumped a couple of people. I tried to say sorry, but like when you're running, like sometimes people, they can't hear you or they don't process what you say. And I was trying my best to not hit people, but it was just so many people and I was just starting to get overstimulated. I was like, just make your way out of this crowd. But yeah, after that, the race was pretty, I wouldn't say chill, but it was a normal feeling. Like, I will say this marathon experience didn't hit me as emotionally as I thought it was. Like, some people, they cry after their first marathon, but to me, it really just felt like another long run with a new distance. So I hit the wall at around 21 miles, and that's when my body really started to give out on me. And the reason why is because I did not fuel enough, and I didn't bring enough fuel with me. I just brought the energy chews and some fruit snacks. I definitely should have brought way more, but again, like I said, I was really scared of having stomach issues. In my mind, I was like, okay, I'd rather be underfueled than overfueled and run into that problem. So yeah, 21 miles is when I started to hit the wall. I had to walk a couple of times, and then I think around like mile 23 or 24, something like that, I started to run again. I think mile 25, I was running. I started to feel better and like I can run the rest of this race. And guess what happens? My Apple Watch literally gives me the notification that it only has 10% battery left. And a lot of people that run marathons who have Apple Watches have warned people to make sure your Apple Watch is charged and just make sure like it's good to go throughout the entire race, because sometimes it'll die while you're running. And I was like, I did not just do all of this to not get this recorded on Strava and on my RUNNA app. Like, I'm going to finish this race before my Apple Watch dies. So that gave me a little bit more motivation to kind of speed run throughout my last mile, which was great. I will say, going to the finish line, there were not a lot of people, which is understandable. It was completely horrible weather, and I understand people not wanting to stand in the rain for like 5 to 8 hours. So yeah, at the end of the finish line, they had like hoses to kind of hose you down, and I'm like, why would I want to be hosed down? I'm already completely soaked. So yeah, but the end of the race, like, they didn't have a lot of entertainment, I think, that they had planned because of the weather, but I was so happy because I got that donut. I forget the name of it. If I can, I'll put like a screenshot here of it. The donut was so good. Even if I didn't run that day, I probably would have like really cherished and appreciated having that donut because it was so good. And yeah, after that, just walked back to the hotel and just chilled. But yeah, I will say I am not proud of what my race time was and what my pace was. I think I did good considering it was my first time doing a marathon. However, I want to do better, and I had that experience, so I know what I need to do to get better. Number 1 is fueling properly. Number 2 is definitely pushing myself where it counts. In the beginning, because I was pushing so much and zigzagging through so many people, and then dealing with the stress of being in a crowded situation and completely drenched in water and being super crowded and just overstimulated, I think that took a lot of energy out of me. So definitely trying to do better with where I put my energy into. So I should have definitely took the beginning of the race a little bit slower so that I didn't burn out so easily towards the end. And number 4 is just being a bit more strategic. I think because I was scared about injuring myself because I had a flight the next day. I didn't want to be injured. And just overexerting myself, I took it kind of easy on myself. I definitely walked when I wanted to walk. And I think I could have pushed myself, but I was just scared because I have, a full-time job. I have things that I have to do. I don't have time really to be injured or to kind of beat myself up if I don't have to. Like, I'm not an athlete. I just do this for fun. So yeah, that was my marathon experience in Honolulu, Hawaii. If you guys are interested, definitely sign up for the race. It is a beautiful course and it was a fun experience, especially for my first marathon. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I feel like, experiences like these teach you a lot of valuable lessons and they make it a memorable experience. Like, I will never forget my first marathon experience because of what happened. So yeah, wouldn't trade it for the world and definitely don't regret it. But yeah, that was my marathon experience in Honolulu, Hawaii. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.